Yeah, so yesterday we discussed about some important general questions and technical questions, right? So day before yesterday we discussed about DevOps introduction. What is DevOps? Why DevOps? What is automation? Why the project teams are looking for automation, right? So today we are going to discuss about cloud introduction, right? So what is cloud? Why the project teams are migrating their infrastructure to cloud? So what are the advantages of cloud, right? What is cost saving? So we'll try to understand. Fine. So anyone joined newly today? So anyone joined newly today? So just you can send one SMS to a number. I provide the number so that our people will provide you previous recordings. So there is a number. I give you a number. I'll show you a number. You can send one message in WhatsApp. So I joined third demo. Just you send one SMS to this number 8121092753. So this is institute number. So this is my number, personal number. Everyone can take down this number, right? So if you have any questions, if you want to talk to me, right? So you can ping me in the WhatsApp, or else you can call me after 10. Fine? Yeah. Fine. So basically, what is cloud? What is cloud? Anyone, what is cloud? What is cloud computing?
So it's nothing but the hardware set so it's nothing but the total hardware set having in a on server place. So suppose we are having a RAM in our laptop with a 4 GB. So but we need the extension. We can't run the data. We can't run the programs with our RAM. So we'll take the cloud RAMs and cloud storages too. So we'll run everything on the internet itself. So it's not physically present in our system, but we are using that.
Any other?
Cloud is the on-premise servers.
Okay.
It's a huge storage system which can be used across the globe.
Yeah. So I collected some definition from Google. So I'll show you that. So yeah, simply put, cloud computing is the delivery of computing services, including servers, storage, databases, networking, software analytics, so etc. Blah blah blah. Right? What does it mean? Yeah. So assume that there is no cloud concept. There is no cloud. Assume that, right? So all our infrastructure is hosted in our local data center. Servers, switches, routers, load balancers. So every hardware of the components, every components hosted on our local data center. So when we host any servers in local data center, who will take care of that? Who will maintain that? Admins will take care. So when we have local servers, when we have local infrastructure, we'll be having full control of them. We can take full control, right? So yeah, that was the case few years ago. However, with the introduction of cloud, everything has been changed now. So our infrastructure is no longer sitting inside of our local data center. So rather it is being offered by as a cloud provider like AWS, Azure, GCP. So as a customer, as a user, what we are doing, we are taking the resources from cloud, we are using that resources. For that users, we are paying the bills, like gas bills, electricity bills, right? For example, so when we use any server from 9 AM to 6 PM, like 9 hours, for that 9 hours only we have to pay the bills, right? Yeah, so whatever servers we are using, whatever storage we are using, for the users we have to pay the bills, fine? So this cloud infrastructure is on-demand infrastructure. What is on-demand? Whenever needed, that should be available immediately, right? Yeah. Now, so this is Google Drive, right? Everyone knows about this. In Gmail, you can find this. Whenever you want to upload any files, whenever you want to save any files, you can directly open Google Drive and we can store the files in Google Drive. Right? So when we upload any files into Google Drive, where those files will be saved? Backend, there will be a
Data
server.
centers.
Backend, there will be server. Actually, this is not a server. Yes, someone saying that data center. So it is the data center. So when we upload any files into Google Drive, directly those files will be saved in Google Data Center, right? Yeah. So we are talking about data center, right? So what is data center? Anyone? What is data center? It's a server,
like a lot,
right?
lots of data servers.
Right. So data center is a, we can say, server room. Simply you can say server room, where all the servers are hosted, where all the servers are configured, right? So people will call it as hub room or network room, right? So these are all server room. It's a simple server room, right? So in data center, all the servers will be available, servers and the storages, switches, routers are available, load balancers, backup devices available, right? And also network available. So all these are available in local data center, right? So we'll take care of this. Respective admins will take care of the resources, right? Yeah. Now we'll try to understand what are the advantages of cloud, right? So what are the advantages of cloud? We'll try to understand. For example, there is a Java project. So there is a startup company. In that startup company, so yeah, say before that. Okay. So there is a startup company. In that startup company, so they are preparing first project. They are trying to get first project from client, right? So when we try to get any project from client, so before getting the project, we have to showcase something to the client. For example, when you want to buy any product, we check some reviews, right? So for example, mobile. When you want to buy any mobile, we check the reviews, testimonies, right? So then only you can go ahead and take the mobile. The same way, whenever client they want to give any project, they will check some proofs, right? Yeah. So this is startup company first project we are trying to get from the client. So before getting the project, so there will be a process. There will be process which is a pre-sales process, right? So this is we can say startup company. Can you mute everyone? Startup project, startup company or startup project, first project, right? So before getting this real project, so client asks you to prepare some POC, right? So in real-time projects, every project team they follow. So before getting real project, client asks you to prepare some POC. What is POC? Anyone? What is POC?
Proof of concept.
Right. Proof of concept. It's a proof, some proof you need to showcase to client. Then only client to give you real project, right? So for this POC, client to give you 45 days timeline, 45 days. Within that 45 days, we have to complete this POC. We have to showcase to client. Then only we get. So if the client is approved this POC, then we get real project, right? Yeah. So for this POC, client asks you to take 2 development servers, 2 QA servers, and 2 production servers. Why we require 3 types of servers? We can take only 1 development servers, right? 2 development servers. Why we require 3 types of servers here? So whatever code developed by developers, that code should not be deployed directly on production. So before that, testing should be happened. quality assurance. QA means quality assurance, right? So that is why in real-time projects, we use different environments, different set of servers to test the code, to develop the code, to deploy the code, right? Yeah. So here what will happen? First 30 days, developers develop the code on development servers. So after that, development is completed. From 31 days to 31 to 40 days, code will be tested. After that, from 41 to 45 days, code will be deployed onto production, right? So this is the sequence. This is the way every project team they work on POCs before getting real projects, right? Yeah. So for this POC, if you want to prepare POC, so we need to procure the servers first, right? We need to place the order with vendor. So once we place the order with vendor, so they deliver the servers within 10 days or 15 days. After that, we have to move the servers to data center. We have to configure the servers. We have to install operating system, applications, plugins, updates, patches, everything, right? So after that, you can move to production. Normally, that is the process, right? So here, very first thing, we required one admin to configure these servers, right? So developers will not have any knowledge about server configuration. Also, so before getting the servers, we have to procure licensing also, application licensing, operating system licensing, right? We require license. So when you want to buy any license, what is the minimum period would be? 1 year minimum, right? So this POC is 45 days only. This POC is 45 days, but for 45 days they don't give any license. Even 3 months also, 6 months also, vendors will not provide license. Minimum 1 year we have to procure. If you want to buy any antivirus, Windows license, minimum 1 year, right? Yeah, so we need to procure that. After that, we required server room, we required central AC to run the servers. Without AC, servers will not run, right? And also we required network, we required security. So all these things required to configure these servers, right? So once we configure everything, once you perform this POC, the POC is success, then we get real project. If the POC is not success, what will happen? This is waste of money, right? So this is the first project, startup company first project. So if the company is the established company, already projects are there, this servers can move to other project. But this is the first project. So that is why in this case, what we will do, if the POC is not success, this is waste of money, right? Yeah. So the same requirement, same setup. So how can we achieve using cloud servers? We'll try to understand. Same setup by using cloud servers. So now we are discussing about cloud advantages. Okay. Yeah. So same Java project. So this is physical environment. This is physical setup. Physical setup. So this is cloud setup. Startup project. Cloud setup. In cloud setup, what will happen? We'll try to understand. Right? Yeah, same POC. It's a proof of concept. Right? So 45 days timeline. So in cloud, what will happen? So whenever we needed servers, that server will be available within 1 minute. In cloud, so not only one server, 100 servers, 1000 servers also you can create within 1 minute only, right? So all 6 servers we don't need to create at a time. Okay. So first we can create 2 servers, two servers for development environment, right? for first 30 days. Once the development is completed, then we can create 2 more servers for QA. 31 days to 40 days. After that, once testing is completed, we can create 2 more servers for production. 41 days to 45 days. Right? Yeah. So in this setup, in this cloud setup, we don't require any admin. No admin needed. No admin. As a DevOps engineer, we can create the servers within 1 minute. It is very easier, very simple, right? So no licensing required. Vendor will take care of the license. AWS will take care, right? No server room. Vendor will take care. No central AC. No network. No server room security. No security. Security will be taken care by AWS, AWS Azure GCP, right? So yeah, here in this setup, whenever we use cloud servers, right? So immediately this is the on-demand servers. These are the on-demand infrastructure. Whenever we need it, we can create immediately. So these are all not required, right? Yeah. So this POC success, it is fine. If it is not success, what will happen? This is also waste of the money, right? So, but here what will happen? For example, in this cloud setup, $100 will be wasted. For example, if the POC is not success, $100 will be wasted. But whenever we go with the physical environment, physical setup, here $500 will be wasted, right? So when we use cloud setup, 1/3 cost will be saved, right? So licensing, admin cost, server room cost, AC, network, everything will be taken care by vendors, cloud vendors. So we don't need to recruit any admin. We don't need to, yeah. So we don't need to, yeah. We don't need to give any. We don't need to take any licensing and all, right? So everything will be taken care by vendors only. Right? So these are the cloud advantages. This is cloud setup, right? So when we go with the cloud, cost will be saved. Client always look for the costing, right? So in real-time projects, yeah, client always check the cost cutting, costing. That is why whoever starting startup companies now, they are directly moving to cloud without purchasing physical servers. They're migrating to cloud. So in cloud setup, whenever we use any server, whenever we start the server, billing will be started. Whenever we stop the server, billing will be stopped. But whereas physical servers, when you procure that, so minimum $4,000, $5,000 server costing, licensing costing, admin cost, right? So these are all the costings, right? So that is why. So currently, project teams are migrating their infrastructure to cloud because of cost. Fine. So any questions, anyone? Anyone having any questions here?
So many companies are using the physical setup.
Still using, but slowly migrating. Already few companies migrated already. So in our project, yeah, we used to use 1,200 servers 4 years back. Currently we have 50 servers only. Why that much of drastic change? Because of cloud. In physical servers, I'm talking about physical data center, local data center servers I'm talking about. So 4 years back, 1,200 servers. Now 50 servers only. Because so most of the applications migrated to cloud. Maybe after 1 year, 2 years, everything will be migrated to cloud. Okay.
They are working on the GS government.
Hmm.
He is using the only physical setup in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, currently they are using, maybe going forward. So they need to go with cloud only. Cloud is 100% secure. So still people are not believing cloud, right? So banking domain, especially so this banking and insurance domains, they are not believing. So if I host my databases, user data, banking data, see if anything goes wrong, what will happen? will give a responsibility. So like that, they are still thinking, but cloud is 100% secure, right? Yeah. Now let us go to, see here. So whenever we upload any files into Google Drive, those will be uploaded into directly data center, cloud data center, right? Next one. So cloud computing is having 5 essential characteristics, 3 service models, 4 deployment models. What are those? First one, on demand. What is on demand? We discussed already. What is on demand?
Whenever we require, we can opt for this. We can use the service.
On the go model, like based on the usage, we take that.
Fine. So whenever we need any servers, whenever we need any storages, right? So whenever we require any network, that should be available immediately within 1 minute. That is nothing but on demand, right? So next one, broad network access. So whatever servers we are using, whatever network we are using, whatever storage we are using, that we can access from anywhere, from your home, from your office, from anywhere you can access this, which is nothing but broad network access, right? So with proper authentication only you can access, right? So next one, resource pooling. What is resource pooling? So whatever resources we are using in cloud, those we can pull it up and we can reuse whenever needed. Like for example, so one project team required server. As per the requirement, we created the server, we hand over to project team. In real-time projects, we get request tickets. Whenever project team required any servers, there is a tickets. As per the request, we have to provide the servers. We have to create the server, provide the servers, right? So once the project is completed, they ask us to terminate the server. Terminate means delete, right? So whenever we are going to terminate the server, we have to take the backup of the server. That volume, whatever volume storage is available in the server, that we can save somewhere. So whenever the project team required again, we have to reuse that. That is nothing but resource pooling. You can pull it up and you can reuse, right? So next one, rapid elasticity. What is this? Whatever resources we are using in cloud, those are elasticity. We can increase the resources, we can decrease the resources by single click. For example, so I'm working on some database server. Middle of the activity, the server is giving some performance issue. So on the fly, we can increase the server resources by single click, right? So even if you want to decrease the resources, you can click on that. We can simply by single click can decrease the resources, which is nothing but rapid elasticity, right? Yeah, measured service. What is measured service? So whatever resources we are using in cloud, those are measured. For example, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. you are using some server. For that 3 hours only, we have to pay the bills, right? So 3 hours, how many hours you use, for that hours only we have to pay the bills. That is nothing but measured service, right? Yeah, these are the essential characteristics. So anyone having any questions on this? Any questions here, anyone?
Ram, this rapid elasticity. Can you explain it once more? Like what I understood is like it's based on the demand, it will auto scale up. Something what I understood.
Auto scaling is different. Scaling
Okay.
is different. Elasticity is different.
So
Scaling means when we enable auto scaling, it will scale up, scale down automatically. But elasticity means whenever needed, we can increase the resources.
increase the resources in the sense like hardware or something. Or what is that like?
Yeah, RAM, CPU, hard drive, whatever you require. Resource means hardware resources.
Okay.
So we are using cloud server, backend resource we can increase by single click. Okay. Resource pooling, someone asking, right? Yeah, whatever resources we are using in cloud, that we can reuse whenever needed. So as I give example, So once the project is completed, project team asks you to run by the servers. By the time in the server, data will be available. Data will be there, right? So that data we have to store somewhere. So that volume we have to save somewhere. Whenever the project team required, again that volume we can attach to other server and we can hand over to project team. That is resource pooling. You can pull it up and you can reuse. Okay. Right? Yeah. Next one, service models. We have 3 service models. So infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. What is infrastructure as a service? As a DevOps engineer, what we will do? We can create infrastructure, servers. On top of that, we can deploy different tools like Kubernetes, Jenkins, Docker, Ansible. Right? So we prepare the infrastructure. On top of that, we deploy the tools, which is IaaS, infrastructure as a service. So PaaS, platform as a service. So in cloud, for example, Kubernetes. If you take Kubernetes is already integrated with the Google Cloud, right? And also AWS, also Azure. In AWS, we have EKS service, Kubernetes, Elastic Kubernetes service. That we can log in into the console, AWS console, you can directly use without creating servers. That is platform as a service. And third one, software as a service. What is this? This is mainly for reusability, like Google Drive, OneDrive, Amazon shopping site. So this is mainly for reusability. These are the 3 service models which are available in cloud. Okay. Next one, deployment models. These are the 4 deployment models available in cloud. So 4 deployment models like private cloud, hybrid cloud, community cloud, public cloud. What is private cloud? So private cloud is a on-premises cloud, our local servers, local server setup. Okay. So next one, public cloud. Public cloud is a AWS cloud, Azure cloud, Google cloud. Right. So next one, hybrid cloud. What is hybrid? It is a combination of private and public. So currently, most of the companies, they are using hybrid cloud. Most of the banks, insurance domain, they're using hybrid cloud. So why they're using hybrid cloud? Because they want to host their databases in their local servers. They want to host their websites in cloud. For example, if you take HDFC Bank, they're using hybrid cloud. They are storing their accounts in their local servers. They're storing net banking site, credit card sites in public cloud. So still, people are not believing cloud, but cloud is 100% secure. Right? Next one, community cloud. This is government cloud, defense cloud. This is very high secure cloud. Okay, so no one can enter into this cloud. This is very high secure. So this is also private cloud. It comes under private cloud. Community cloud comes under private cloud. Okay, so these are the 4 deployment models which are very, very important. Any questions, anyone? Anyone having any questions?
So, sir, here private means like you said local servers, like they are also placed on the cloud only, right?
Local setup, data center setup, local data center setup. So
Okay, and
on-premises
public
setup,
will be okay, and public will be on cloud.
cloud, yes.
Okay, okay.
Fine. Yeah. So is Mr. Jeff Bezos, who invented cloud, right? Is the founder of AWS, right? So he's the world richest man. So if you search in Google, it's world richest man, topmost one. So he's in 2nd place currently, right? If you search in Google, his name will come, right? So AWS is born in 2002, right? Initially, they started selling books. They prepared cloud for their business, right? So slowly, what happened? They started giving services to other companies, right? So yeah, in 2006, slowly, their technology, they enhance technology, they slowly giving to other companies, right? So currently, AWS is a leader. So AWS is occupied 33% of the market share, right? So we have 26 more clouds available, but AWS is the topmost leader, right? So every cloud following AWS only. AWS is the blueprint of all the platforms, right? Yeah, currently, so most of the companies they're using AWS. Along with that AWS, Azure, GCP, DigitalOcean, Fastly, Heroku, different platforms, right? So Alibaba Cloud, Oracle Cloud, right? Different clouds are there. So these are the topmost clouds: Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform, right? So Amazon Web Services is in first place, right? So Azure is in second place, Google is in third place. Still we have different cloud platforms available. So these are the quadrants. These are the quadrants. So here in this quadrant, so AWS is in first place, Microsoft is in second place, Google is in third place. So currently, Google is investing more on Google Cloud. Google is investing more on Google Cloud. So maybe after 1 year, after 1.5 years, Google will come to second place. They are increasing data centers. They're increasing more resources, right? Security tools, they're adding more security tools, features, right? Services. So maybe after 1 year, Google may come to second place, right? So see here, Alibaba Cloud, Oracle Cloud, IBM Cloud, these are small players. Okay. Yeah, cloud computing providers. These are the providers available in the market, different providers. Fine. So cloud market share. See here, AWS occupied 33% of the market share currently, right? So Azure occupied 18%, Google Cloud occupied 9%, Alibaba Cloud 6%, right? IBM Cloud, Salesforce, TechNet Cloud, Oracle Cloud, like this percentages, right? So 33% of the market share occupied by the first cloud, which is AWS Cloud. Our course will start with AWS. Okay. Yeah, next one, cloud DevOps market growth. See here, since long 2014, so the market is growing from 2014. Market is growing like this. So cloud DevOps market, right? Yeah. So coming 15 years minimum, coming 15 years, the market would be like this only, right? So since long I'm seeing, since 2012 I'm seeing cloud and DevOps. It's growing like this. Coming 15 years, the market would be like this one. Maybe after 15 years, after 10 years, maybe some 1 or 2 tools will be changed. So cloud and DevOps will not go away, right? So the market is like this only. Currently, if you check job positions, like in LinkedIn or Monster or Naukri, so we are seeing plenty of openings, right? So the market would be like this only. Fine. Yeah, EC2 is the service, first service. So once we start working on cloud, we work on EC2. EC2 is the first service. Okay. Yeah. Anyone having any questions up to here? Any questions, anyone? Fine. So anyone joined newly today? Can you give your mobile number and email address in the chat? My mobile number is 96422111711. So this is my personal number. You can take down. So if you have any questions, you can post. You can WhatsApp me. You can call me. Fine. So our course starts with Monday onwards. What we will do? Monday will start basics. What is server? What is network? What is switch? What is router? What is IP address? What is subnet mask? What is gateway? So these are all basics. Failover, load balancer, right? So these are all basics. So Monday we'll work on basics. Tuesday, slowly we'll enter into cloud platform. So how to create account, how to create AWS account, how to connect AWS account, right? So what are the things available? So we'll walk through the console. So we don't create any resources. On Tuesday, we'll walk through the console, right? Right. So any questions, anyone here? Anyone having any questions?
So Ram, so Monday onwards you'll take 1 hour or 2 hours class?
1.5 hour, 8 to 9:30 a.m. 1.5 hour
Okay.
daily, Monday to Friday only.
Okay.
So it's a 2 months course. 2 months course. Within, yeah. So 2 months, 60 days maximum will take. So maybe 1 or 2 days extra it will take.
Okay.
Right?
Sir, you said that the course is for 2 months, right? So will we be only granted access only for 2 months for the tools and on cloud?
No. So we create 1 year account, 1 year free account. So within 1 year, you can use the account, you can integrate all the tools, you can practice 1 year.
Okay.
So how to create
Anytime we
account, how
can
to use
practice.
the resources, we'll see that. Yeah, go ahead, please.
So after course also we can practice on that.
Yes, you can practice.
Okay.
I'll show you that, how to create account, how to use the resources in AWS cloud. We'll see that.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions, anyone?
So only AWS will be for 1 year, or for Google and Azure also it will be 1 year, Ram?
Yeah. So AWS is 1 year free. Google is 3 months free. 3 months, right? Azure 2 months. So once the account is, the period is completed, you can create one more account, free account. Once, for example, Google Cloud 3 months they are providing. Once you complete the 3 months, right? Again, you can create one more account by using different email address. That will give 3 months again. Okay. Yeah. So now I'll show you cloud platforms. Cloud platforms. So these are the 3 cloud platforms you are going to work on. This is AWS console. This is AWS. So first our course will start with AWS. Okay. So in AWS we'll go deep dive. So nearly 18 services will be covered in AWS. Okay. So every service will go deep dive. EC2, S3 bucket, different services are there. Okay. So we go deep dive in AWS. So next one, Azure, Microsoft Azure. This is Azure platform. Okay. So in this also we'll go deep dive, but here infrastructure will be covered. Infrastructure services. Okay. And next one, Google Cloud Platform. So this is a GCP, Google Cloud Platform. So these are all services available. Here we have different services are there. These are all services. Okay. So in GCP also we go deep dive. So GCP, in GCP, whatever infrastructure services are there, those will go deep dive. So currently these 3 are leaders. AWS is in first place, Azure is in second place, GCP is in third place. So why we are going to learn 3 platforms here? Only one platform is enough, right? Currently, most of the project teams they are using at least 2 platforms. So if you are good in 3 platforms, you can handle any platform, right? So all the platforms are same functionality, but different terminology that we have to understand. Okay. So along with these 3 platforms, we are going to learn DevOps tools. Yesterday I showed you, right? So these are the DevOps tools we are going to learn. So every tool will go different. Fine. So along with this, we are going to learn Linux modules also. Once complete the AWS, then we'll learn Linux. After that, we'll jump into DevOps tools. After that, we'll come back to GCP Azure. After that, we'll work on projects, Python session, Python basics. Okay. So these are the course modules we are going to work on one by one. Fine. So we have completed 3 demos, right? 3 demo sessions. So Monday onwards, link will be changed. Meeting link will be, so whatever online link is there, that will be changed from Monday onwards. Whoever not registered, whoever not added into WhatsApp group, you can add today itself. Okay, today or tomorrow maximum, right? So Monday onwards, yeah. So link will not work. So make sure you can register and you can WhatsApp me, call me if you have any questions, right? Yeah. Monday onwards, regular sessions will be started. Okay, server basics, network basics. So once complete that, then we'll jump into AWS. Fine. So any questions, anyone? Already WhatsApp group created and already, so in WhatsApp group, nearly 12 to 13 members are added, right? So whoever, not registered, you can register today itself. So classes online, both online and offline. You can come to classroom or else you can attend online also, right? Whatever you want.
Sir,
Fine.
I have a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah.
For everyone to use Kubernetes, no? Do they need GCP for sure, or they can work on like how does it work?
Yeah, Kubernetes is native cloud support. You can use any cloud platform. So Kubernetes you can integrate with any platform as per the positive requirement. No need to learn separately GCP, right? So if you are good in AWS and Kubernetes, so but you are attending some interview in that project, they have Google Cloud and Kubernetes. They give KT and they can take. Okay, don't need to worry about.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Yeah. So this institute located at Kukatpalli Housing Board, road number 1. You can WhatsApp me. I'll share the Google Map. Right? Yeah. So we stop here. So 3 demos completed. Monday onwards, our regular sessions will be started. Fine. So these are introductions only so far. Fine. Yeah. So we stop here. So if you have any questions, if you want to talk to me, you can WhatsApp me, call me on my mobile so that we'll discuss. Fine. Yeah. Thank you all.